What's up, everyone? Freestyle Friday, day after Christmas, so we are getting back to it. Again, normally on Fridays I go to the track. Track is not open till noon today. I'm not going to wait till then because I got to go into the school after that anyway. So we're going to make do with what we got here. I was planning to do some hills outside, but I went for my walk this morning. It is like, I don't know, it's like that. It's like a little bit of sleet, a little bit of rain, but it's frozen. It's like that thin layer of freeze on the. I almost slipped like 5 times on my walk, but just that little light, barely. You don't really notice it, but it's slick on the blacktop. So the hill I was gonna do the hill sprints on. I tried to walk. Walked down it, and I just like slid for like 5 feet, and I had to slide into the snowbank so I could get back up it. And yeah, it's just that sheer little glaze of ice over it. So hill sprints are out of the question. I think I can go sprint out on the blacktop in front of my house. So I'll probably do some shorter sprints out there. It is like 30 degrees, so it's not too bad out. So we'll probably do that. We'll see how it is again with the slick. I just don't trust running on slick surfaces because that's, yeah, you're not getting the speed. You're just going to fall anyway. I'm not going to be able to go fast enough to train speed. So, again, the whole Friday thing, do athletic thing. So we're going to start here. We're going to do our iso lunges. We're going to do 2 minutes each side. We'll hit some plyos. We'll do some short change of direction. We're going to use a balloon or a tennis ball in here, do some short change of direction stuff. Probably do some sled sprints too, just those short 5, 6, 7, however many yards this is. Just work on that acceleration. Do some dive to broad jumps. Some different jumping variations we can do in here. Make it fun. Just have fun. Challenge yourselves. I'm thinking I'm going to do some load velocity profiling too, with some different lifts too, but we'll see on that. So again, just doing some athletic stuff. Change it up. Make it fun. It doesn't always have to be the same thing. Again, adding some variety, a variety of movements. That's what we're going to work on a day, and just getting the body feeling good on our Fast Friday, Freestyle Friday here today. So a little bit of fun, a little bit of creativity, a little bit of imagination. Working against the constraints. Again, no track right now. Icy surfaces outside, so that takes out the question our longer sprinting, our hill sprints that we had. You make a plan. You have a plan like the track. That's not my normal plan. Go there. That falls through. Oh, we got a backup plan. Hill sprints. That falls through because it's too slippery out. So again, we come up with another plan. So you can always do something. It's just use your imagination, come up with something, create something. I'll work with a coach who has an idea for you. That's where I have clients right now. One, she's going out of the country, so if she wants to train, I told her let me know when she's in Mexico. Like, let me know. We can work on something if they have a hotel gym or whatever. But we can always have something. You don't have to do it either. Again, just like with Christmas Day, you don't have to train on Christmas Day. You don't have to do whatever. But if you want to do it because you want to do it, because you feel like doing it, not because you have to do something. No, you get to do it, that whole thing. So we're going to start training here. We're going to get going. We're going to do our iso lunges. I mean, I'll film a little bit of it, but it's pretty boring watching a lunge. But again, that's what we're starting with. Then we'll hit some plows, some shorter sprints, some change direction, make it fun in here. I mean, we'll do some floor is lava too. Haven't done that in a while. Kids always like that. I enjoy it too. So just some different ways, creativity to expose your body to different movements in confined spaces. I don't have a lot of space in here, but we make it happen. We make it work. So let's keep going. Want to know how simple change of direction training can be? Get a balloon, find a point you start it, you're just gonna toss it up. You're gonna, you could shuffle it, you could cross over, you could backpedal, you could do any different movement to a different point, and then you're gonna come and grab it, try and grab it before it hits the ground. Problem solving here, constraints here, it's a low ceiling. So again, problem solve to figure out, oh, can't toss it too hard, it's gonna hit the ceiling faster, so and come down. So you gotta problem solve. So again, it's helping people problem solve. This is one of my favorite drills. When you got a small space like this, it's slippery out like it is today. You just toss it up. So start at the middle of this tape, shuffle, crossover. To that tape, hit it, and then we gotta sprint forward, try and grab the balloon before it hits the ground. You could use a tennis ball. You could use any other object. Again, we tend to overcomplicate things, make things harder than they need to be. Or we try to have everyone in these perfect positions and all this stupid stuff. No, just let people move, let yourself move, let your body move. Figure out, film it, watch it, look it back, see what you're doing, correct from there. Again, there's no correct way to do anything. It's the most efficient way, the most, quote unquote, optimal, even though that word's kind of overused, for you or your athletes or whoever's doing this to solve it. Everyone's going to be a little bit different. There's no perfect form. We can coach all these cues. Oh, you got to shuffle like this. You got to hit, plant like this. And yes, we can give some techniques and tips and things like that. But ultimately, people are going to self-organize and find the best, most efficient way for them to do it. Because again, you're crossing over. You're probably not going to cross over. A lot of times it's that false step, even when you're planting, like you're stealing a base or whatever. You're not going to step there first. You got to give yourself some room. So a lot of times it's just that boom, that plant, and then you go. So again, our bodies are naturally going to do a lot of this stuff. So I think we overcoach too much of this stuff. You can change the distance and go a little bit farther, and then screw it up with that. Again, problem solving. So change of direction, agility. Again, you can't really do agility unless you're reacting to something, a person, an object. Change of direction, you don't need all these cones and anything like that. Simple tools, simplify it, make it fun, make it challenging, solve problems. Most important thing is that the shoes match the balloon. That's the important thing you learned today. Again, that object too, working on acceleration, it gives you something to shoot for. If I see that's getting close to the ground, I'm gonna go faster. I'm gonna try harder to get there, rather than, oh, if I'm just sprinting to air. We can do backpedaling, so I can start here, toss it back up. Again, we can tell this, especially with backpedaling, you can tell them, oh, you gotta break down, but I even felt myself there, and that's what I want. I want to feel what my body's doing in these moments. I felt myself kind of stutter step after that initial plant, and then I did it again, like, this is my body correcting itself. Sometimes it's wasted movement, but a lot of times it's just your body correcting itself. But it's learning that, instead of we trying to coach them on all these oh, it's got to be this exact amount of steps or whatever. Then when they're in a game or in a situation, especially youth athletes, if you're an adult athlete like me that's just doing this to be athletic, then yeah, it's a whole different thing. But if you're coaching, it's got to be this exact step, this exact setup, this exact angle that you're at. They're just going to be overthinking and concentrating on that rather than actually reacting and playing and doing the sports actions that they need to be doing in the sports. And then they're thinking on that, oh, they're going to get burned by if they're a defender in football or basketball. They're going to let the guy go right by them, or whatever sport they're playing, or baseball if you're thinking at the plate. Oh, there goes the pitch you wanted right down the middle because you were thinking too much. We don't want them to think too much. Sports is all about reacting and being able to see what the other person's doing or reacting to the ball or, again, whatever the sport is. So sports is about a lot of reaction. It's not about, if we're thinking too much, you got to be able to think quickly, think ahead. But if you're thinking too much in the moment, you're going to be stuck. You're going to be frozen. You're going to be overthinking, and then that's no good. Probably good for these. Find a tennis ball. We're gonna do some tennis ball. A lot of times I'll do this as my warm-up. Got so many weird points on this wall. Outside, did a few, first I went to the hill to see how if the ice was still there, but yeah, it was still that little light glaze of ice over it, so it would not have enough footing to actually make it worthwhile of doing hill sprints. But fortunately, the hill or the street outside my house was just wet, so we did some 20-yard, just regular 20-yard sprints out there. Nothing special. Actually, nice out. I was just in a sweatshirt, so not too bad out. Now we're back in here. We're gonna go the dive roll to hurdle or to flip over the hurdle. We're also gonna do hide in, so those skater jumps off. I have the ramp, my little heel wedge ramp thing. Off that and then into a broad jump. So again, just some few different jumps. After that, probably do some hangs, a few more isos, some impulses, and gonna do some just muscle clean technique, just some technique work, just because I want to get good at that. And I think that's one big weakness is just that pulling motion in that front rack, getting to that front rack. So we're gonna work on that a little bit. So jumps, impulses, hangs, isos, and then some technique. We're probably not going to film that, just gonna because it's gonna be boring, repetitive, light. Work on technique. Then I think tomorrow I'm going to do some of that load profiling, low velocity profiling with the trap bar. Give the back a little bit, still a little achy from a few days ago. So we're going to do some deadlifts with that, some squats probably, but we'll see what we do with that. Just read Cody Hughes's PDF book on velocity training, VBT training. I want to do more of that here coming up in the next year with that. So I read his book and then do low velocity profiling, see where I'm at with that with a few different lifts. I think we'll do that tomorrow actually. So we'll do our jumps here. So dive to a somersault to over the hurdle and play around with that. See how this feels in the back. Actually, I like it because it loosens up the spine. Every time, I think the last 3 or 4 times I've done this, I've knocked it over. Oh, probably should have moved that camera because I'm going to knock it over. Oh, lights are just gone. One more. Last one. And not a good one. Oh, God. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, today's not a good day to do some low velocity profile anyway. Just kind of beat. Everything feels slow, sluggish. We'll get that after a holiday, but just get back on track. Start today. Boom, boom, build back, just back to our normal routine again. So, all right. So we're gonna do our impulses, work on some technique work, and do some hangs and some calf isos, I think. So that'll be today.